going on, everyone? This is Fighting Words with Kevin Shells. I'm Shells.
Kev, 8 Count Sports.
Yo, UFC 274.
274.
Before the fight even starts, man, what a bang. Breaking news. Breaking news, Kev.
You already know.
Yo.
Breaking news, Charles Oliveira misses weight, gets stripped of the lightweight title. Basically, the title is up for grabs for Gaethje, so it's a title match for Gaethje and not Oliveira. So the question I'm gonna ask you off the bat, does that taint the main event tomorrow night?
To me, it doesn't, because first and foremost, a fight is still a fight.
Okay.
Them two are still gonna go in there and give it their all. Oliveira already stated in his response that the champion is a Brazilian and his name is Oliveira. So he's telling he's not trying to hear that. So here's the thing. You know how we usually say what's next for certain fighters during the post show? Yeah. I'm gonna throw in something a little early right now because this is a special circumstance. Right now, yes, the only person who's eligible for the belt is Gaethje. So Gaethje's gonna go in there, he's gonna hold his all, and it'll be the same for him. If he loses the fight, he doesn't get the belt. If he wins the fight, he gets the belt. Oliveira, on the other hand, here's the thing: he's gonna walk out without the belt, whether he win or lose. But if he wins, what's gonna happen is, I truly believe it's gonna lead, because the best thing about promoting a fight is a great story. Giving Oliveira a second chance of redemption, and who he may fight next. Who you think?
Who Oliveira would fight next?
Who you think?
I think
that'd be a crazy. If he wins, that'd be a crazy.
That's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, if he comes back, no, it's a question I'm presenting to you. I have an answer, but I want to know what you think it will go. If Oliveira wins this fight, I believe what's gonna happen. He's gonna fight for the belt.
Vacated. It'll be vacant.
And who you think is gonna put him? Who you think may be a good candidate for this guy?
It's gonna be. I think it'll still go in the same course. It'll be the winner between Dariush and Islam.
Can I throw in the Conor McGregor wild card?
You can, because he's popular enough for it. But I honestly think, you can say that.
I feel there'd be nothing bigger than that. The return of McGregor, the redemption of Oliveira for the vacant belt. Oh.
Yeah.
Yo,
I think it would be great for the general public. But I think the hardcore fight fans, man, McGregor.
We know that.
Whatever.
Understood. But
yes,
here's the reality of the situation. This is a great setup for McGregor to come back.
Yeah, definitely.
So the fight still's gonna happen. Let's make our predictions. I'm gonna put it on to you first, Kev. Who do you think is taking it?
That's a great question. I think I kind of feel like this may change. This might change things. I think.
You think it's gonna affect his mindset? His mindset coming into the octagon?
It might. It's one thing to say you're the champion, but when you know you're not, that changes things a little bit. It's crazy. Lately, as the week is going on, I've had Oliveira the whole time because what I've seen from him, but I've been kind of lately. The reason why I'm a little shaky on that prediction is because in Oliveira's last two fights, especially against strikers Poirier and Chandler, he's been rocked. He's gotten rocked, and I know with Gaethje, his takedown defense is pretty good, so he's not going to be as easy to submit. But then you could say the same thing about Poirier as well. But I think the thing with Poirier, as I said going into that fight, the reason why I picked Oliveira was because I felt that he already had his Super Bowl. He fought McGregor and he actually fought Khabib. And I kind of felt like he may not have been as up for the Oliveira fight. Gaethje is 100% up for this fight. 100% up for this fight. And with this new wrinkle, this new controversy, I'm still picking Oliveira, man. I got him number 3 pound for pound. I think he a bad dude. I think the new circumstances may cause a wrinkle. It may create, like, mentally, it may create a little obstacle for Oliveira. But man, he's so dope. He's on fire right now. So I'm gonna go with Oliveira. By submission.
And how?
I'll say submission. The rounds will go on. I say about 3rd round submit.
this is a hard one, Kev, because I put the question to you, like, do you believe that this situation would affect him mentally? And it could be yes, it could be no. But what I'm more concerned about was the fact that when he missed weight that first time, because he went on the scale twice. The first time he missed weight, and then he left for an hour to come back to be weighed again, which means he left to drain himself further.
Yeah, right.
And I think that will play a bigger part in in how he performs tomorrow night in the octagon.
Right.
Because Gaethje came in at 100%, 155. He was ready right then and there.
Yeah.
Oliveira, and even in his response, he said that the day before he knew he weighed 155 and he went to sleep without eating or drinking. So that's more depletion that he's putting his body through before he even goes through more of a strenuous try to cut down weight procedure the hour before, an hour after. That's to show that even after going through all of that, which even though it's the norm, it's still because cutting weight is the most extreme, strenuous aspect of preparing for the fight. And all the fights to talk about that's the most tough part of it.
Right.
So he already went through that process, and now he has to do it again, and he has to do it on a more strenuous situation.
Right.
So that I feel is gonna play a way more major factor in his performance. And before this situation, I was definitely going for Oliveira. Now I'm not too sure, because you brought up a good point. Every time he went with a striker, he's been tagged, but no one hits like Gaethje. Poirier's not hitting like Gaethje. Chandler's not hitting like Gaethje. Yeah. And remember what Gaethje did to Ferguson.
Yeah.
So if the fight goes the distance, is Oliveira that durable to take that much punishment even after all he went through? I think that's the major question.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Gaethje.
Okay.
Second round.
Second round.
I don't think he's gonna make it. The distance is too much. The 3 rounds of that much punishment. I think second round. TKO. Knockout.
So you think Gaethje? So you're saying Oliveira is gonna be there to be hit?
This is a uphill battle now that he's fighting.
Okay.
And Gaethje is like a truck.
Yeah.
Oliveira is very durable, but the extra weight cut is what concerns me.
Okay.
That's what concerns me.
All right. So you got that was.
So I got Gaethje.
Second round.
Second round.
Hey.
Second round. But here's this. Let me throw this in. If Oliveira gets through this, there's no denying that he's the baddest 155 pounder on this earth. If he gets through this,
denying that. I mean, for
what? No. Don't.
But you know what? Nah, Gaethje is there. Gaethje is there. Gaethje is in the conversation too. Yes. So this is an appropriate fight.
Yeah. So if Oliveira gets through this one and comes out the victor,
yeah,
it's a bad dude.
Yeah.
That's a message to everybody. Like, it's a bad dude.
Not to jump ahead, but to jump ahead, it's funny how every time Oliveira beats somebody, it's almost like an elephant in the room. Like, there's another guy. Like,
no, that's not moving ahead. That is.
There's another guy. Like,
that is a good. No, you're right.
When you're dealing with a champion that's won as much as Oliveira, like on this kind of win streak, that would have mean they had beat most of the people in the division, X, Y, and Z. So once they become champion, they're looking back and they done might have, like Usman, lapped the field already. But that ain't the case. It seems like he's constantly every fight having to prove something.
Yeah.
And I think the train keeps going, bro. The train
going.
It's gonna keep going to Khabib, man.
I mean, we already spoke about that. That'd be a crazy scenario. But I do believe Oliver is the only one who could revisit. I don't think if like you said, if he spanks Islam, then Big Brother got to come out of retirement for that one.
You
If
already
he
know.
spanks Islam, so let's
Alright.
see. But again, he's gonna have to get through Gaethje first. So let's see how
Absolutely.
that turns out. Let's see how that turns out.
Next fight on the card. Is this a co-main event? Because this is a title fight.
This is a title fight. This is a co-main event.
Thug Rose against Carla Espaza.
This is their second
Cookie
fight.
Monster. This is their second fight. They fought at the finale of Tough Enough. Okay. And Carla won and took the belt off of her. She was later beat by Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and who end up having, she didn't just lose to anybody. Joanna had the longest title run for I think up to, I forgot how many title defenses, but she had the longest title run going into Thug Rose, and that's the champion now. So it's almost going full circle. It's almost going full circle, these two. Esparza, I believe, is on a 5-fight win streak. Yeah, she's been looking good. Her opponent level, her competition level has been really good. Who you got?
Right. Rose is a completely different fighter from when they first fought. I'm just gonna start with that. 2014. Complete different person.
What, in 2014?
Complete different fighter, complete different person.
All right.
This. You can't look at that fight to give yourself to even gauge how you think this one would turn out, because the two of them are two completely different fighters, two completely different people at this point. But I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet and say, like, I gotta give it to Rose. But let me say this. Well, let me say this after I say that. I'm gonna give it to Rose, but it's gonna be a 5-rounder.
5-rounder.
It's gonna be a 5-rounder. Rose is I believe you said it, like she moves the way a martial artist should move.
Unbelievably, like water.
So yeah, like that question mark that she caught
Lee.
Oh man, to this I still think about that to this day, bro. Like, it was ridiculous. So I think it's gonna be a 5-round war, and it's gonna be Rose by decision. I just feel this is Rose's time. I feel that I don't see anyone stopping her at this point.
I feel like we do these every episode. Somebody kind of has an upset special. I think I'm gonna have to go with the upset special here. Rose is probably my favorite fighter in mixed martial arts. I think she's amazing. Here's the thing. I find that she has issues with wrestlers. They got people that can take her down. Like, that's what happened in that fight, even though that was a zillion years ago. It happened there. It happened again with Andrade when she got slammed. And in the second fight with Andrade, she got through it, but she had issues. The second fight with Weili, the first fight was over before anybody knew what happened, but the second fight, when Weili was able to get close, she was able to get advantages getting her down. That was a very close fight. She has issues with wrestling. Carla Espaza is that. When I looked at Esparza in her fight against Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the difference between, even though Rose and Joanna are both strikers, they're different kind of strikers. Joanna is volume. She's constantly throwing, and that was too much for Carla.
Okay.
Rose is kind of countering. She's a counter puncher. She kind of sets up with feints. She's very selective with her punches, with her strikes. So when I look at the fight, I think this is going to be, I agree with you that this is going to be, I think this is going to be a war, but a different kind of war with two people doing two different kind of things. Do I think Carla could get caught clean? Yeah. And knocked out? Sure. That can happen. But I think she's going to
Rose. Don't never doubt that.
I think she's going to push that action. This fight, she reminds me a lot of Pena. Reminds me a lot of Pena in a sense that when you watch her fight, she's not like the most spectacular person. Matter of fact, I think her striking has gotten a little better over time. Okay. But she just has a way of being physical, aggressive, and getting to you. Kind of has that. And Rose has issues with that. Like, when you actually look back, she kind of has issues with those kind of fighters. So this is a close fight. Personally, I would like Rose to win. I got a feeling that this is going to be a tough fight. And I feel like at some point, even though Rose's ground defense has gotten better, I got a feeling. I go with I go to 5-round decision.
Okay.
For Carla, I think it'll be one of those things where she has ground control, almost like Peter Yan and Sterling, where one guy's he's winning his way kind of way, and the other person's winning with their specialty. I think it'll kind of come down to that with the ground control, who can stay on their feet and things like that. I got Carla by 5-round decision.
Decision. Espaza. I mean, so basically saying the same thing, but two different outcomes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Cookie Monster, man. Gotta go with Cookie Monster. Psychological advantage. She beat her before for a belt.
Yeah, but I just feel that she doesn't have a psychological advantage because she probably had a psychological advantage over the Rose of then, but not the Rose of now. That's
she's in the spot though. She won 5 straight to get here. She's in the spot. They didn't just put her here because she beat her 20 years ago. She won 5 straight. She's in the spot.
Yeah, but she didn't beat Rose 5 straight, so we'll see what happens.
She beat her 1 straight.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Rose that she's fighting now. That's not the Rose she's fighting now.
That's the same person, same DNA, bro.
Same DNA?
Same driver's license.
It definitely expired, Kev. It definitely expired. That really is expired, bro. Once or twice at least.
You don't go against my upset specials. Remember what happened last time with the institution?
Let's see if this upset special turns into an apology next episode of All right, we'll see. But now, this is the people's main event. Chandler has a way of finding himself in the people's main event.
Yeah.
Gaethje Chandler was the people's main event. Yeah. Oliveira, and that was actually for the championship, so I wouldn't consider it the people's main event. But Chandler is finding himself in a lot of all of his fights been high profile. Yeah, he's that type of dude. So the people's main event, Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler. This is a fight that we all been waiting. This fight excites me. I think it excites me more than all the other fights. It excites me more than Gaethje and Oliveira. Yeah, I want to see what has Tony Ferguson learned since his last fight, if he improved anywhere, or if because this fight will give you a good idea of where he really is, because he's been on a downward trajectory, and this one right here, and you have Michael Chandler on the side who's coming off a couple losses himself. So these two dudes are both trying to recertify themselves as one of the ranked dudes within their division. Yeah. And that's what makes this fight exciting to me. And it's just their fighting styles. It's just it's gonna be a bang out, but with a guy like Tony Ferguson, you don't know how that bang out's gonna go. Right. And it's just exciting, and it's 3 rounds, so they could really go all out. They could really go. They don't gotta worry about pacing themselves to get into championship round. They can really go all out. This may even top Chandler versus Gaethje. Okay. Depend on the level that Ferguson is on. I feel that on that fits more on where he's at. And it's so hard to predict who will take this. But one of the reasons why it's so hard for me to predict is because of the situation that both fighters are in. The loser, I don't think he'll be faced getting cut, but he'll have to ask himself some serious questions once he loses. Because this would be, if Chandler loses, this would be his 3rd straight loss. Yeah. And if Ferguson loses this is when was the last time he's won?
He lost 3 straight. It would be 4. It would be number 4.
So basically, when you pick one, you're basically telling the other one, not kick rocks, but you need to really change some things up or fine tune yourself or figure out what's going on. But honestly, when I think about it, I have to give it to, I believe Michael Chandler would take this one. I believe that out the 2, he's been the most active, and I always believe that I'm a staunch believer in ring rust. I believe that if you haven't been active after a while, going against someone who's just had a fight a couple months ago, who's still training, who's still keeping himself fit because he knows he's going to have another one, I think you're put at a serious disadvantage because of that.
Yeah.
And especially when you're coming off of losses, if your ring wrestler's coming off of losses, that's a whole nother thing as well.
Yeah.
And that's the story of Tony Ferguson right now.
Facts.
And I want to say it's going to be a war. I would say it's going to be a war because I can't see Tony going out any other way. I really can't see himself going out any other way. So I feel it's going to be a 3-round war. But Michael Chandler's going to come out the victor. It's going to be a goodie.
3 round. All right. I don't have an issue with anything you said. This fight, I think, when I look at it, both participants, I don't want to say it's the easy pick for me, but
easy pick, okay.
I don't want to say it's an easy pick for me, but I gotta go with Chandler. The reason being is because even though they're both coming off of losses, I feel that Chandler has been way more competitive, and I think he knows who he is and where he is right now. He's going through things, but he's been ultra competitive, and Tony hasn't. He's been dominated. I mean, those fights, he doesn't look like a shell of himself.
Yeah, no. That's the perfect terminology for that.
You mentioned ring rust. I don't see how he comes back and is just at the top of his game. I don't see that happening. I know what Chandler's gonna bring. He's gonna bring intensity, boom, boom, and I just don't. Unless Chandler does something real stupid and gets like submitted, he has really good ground defense. And even when he's down, when he gets taken down, he handles himself well. Tony is not really a guy. He strikes well, but he's not one hit or quitter. That I think Chandler will win this fight. Tony, I don't see how. I think it would be great if he finds, if this time off actually kind of rejuvenates him. I think that would be great. I just don't. I think Chandler will be more confident in what he wants to do. I think Chandler's mindset is, I've fought the best of the best. I can hang with these dudes. He has an argument in the Gaethje fight. And Gaethje's fighting for the belt right now. You know what I'm saying? With Ferguson, oh man, that Gaethje fight was so bad.
Yeah, I still remember the way it ended. It was like you saw his body break.
He might not be the same fighter. Then the Dariush fight. I mean, if you're looking at any kind of thing, you could say maybe any kind of light of hope. You could say maybe that. I mean, he's fought against the guys he lost to, or the guys in the main event, and on the other side of it is Dariush, and we don't know how good he is. We know he won about 7 straight fights. He's about to fight Islam. Maybe he's better than people think. So maybe he's just got the guys that are just the creme of the creme. But
yeah,
I just think Chandler right now knows who he is. I don't think he's lacking confidence. He's going to come in there dressed down, prepared, and just ready to get back on his bicycle. I don't think he's ducked anybody. I think from the second he stepped foot in that door, I don't think there's any confidence lost in that man. So he's going to know what he wants to do. And I think the way how Ferguson's been losing, I think maybe he'll get hit. Maybe he'll start to doubt himself. It's fair. That's a fair assessment. He lost his last 3 fights. So I got to go with Chandler.
If he's not already
Chandler by decision, though.
Decision? Okay.
I go if Ferguson can win 1 round, maybe that can snowball and give him the confidence he needs. But I go with Chandler. I think it's going to be 3 rounds or 3. I think you're going to take all 3, bro. I think you're going to take all 3.
And I'm going to give an honorable mention now to a guy by the name of Cowboy Donald Cerrone. He's opening in the main card. He's fighting Joe Lauzon. What do you think is this basically? We already spoke about Doctor. We feel that he's at gatekeeper status at this point. Do you believe that if he loses this fight, if he could be in danger of getting cut from the UFC?
Cowboy Cerrone?
Yeah.
I must say this with all due respect. I'm surprised he's not already. I'm just being real with you. I'm not surprised. I'm not saying he should be cut. I'm not saying because he's been through it all. He's been a trooper, fan favorite, and everything like that. He's lost a lot of fights.
Yeah.
So he's one like BMF or something like that. Maybe like the BMF belt, or maybe he lost a lot of fights, bro. And I think the last fight he fought a dude. And this dude is throwing the same punch, like an overhand right, and he just can't get out of the way of it. And I'm like, yo, dude, I never even heard of. I know where this dude went.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm not. Yeah, I think it would be his last fight. Only because I think it's kind of. I feel like we've been having this conversation for
every time fight. Cause that's my guy, man. I don't think he will be cut though. I think because he's such a company man, they know to keep him around, and he's still.
Yeah, there's no problem. I don't have a problem.
Yeah. And he can still bring. He can still pull a crowd. He still have a lot of loyal fans. So, good luck to my Good luck to both fighters. I'll say that. Good luck to both fighters.
All right. That's what's up, bro.
So there you guys go. UFC 274 predictions all been recorded. We see you at the post show after the fights. Don't forget to like the content, share, subscribe, and hit notification button so when we come with new shows, you'll be able to know as soon as possible. Until then, signing off. Don't forget, guys, spread the word. Fighting words, Kevin Shells. Peace.
Thank you.